You've probably seen this guy before. He's the leader of the Young Turks. That's who I'm going to be talking about today. I don't know much about his early days. I don't even watch his show too much, but he did catch my attention recently. He just caught my attention recently, and I want to expose him for what I now know. What did he do that caught my attention? Well, he started to attack Ben Carson about Carson's views on being able to own a gun to protect yourself. So obviously this Young Turk guy, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I won't even try to, because if I cannot pronounce your name, well, you basically got the wrong name. So I'll just call him the Young Turk. The Young Turk apparently doesn't think we deserve to have guns in America. No, the Young Turk believes that we are too stupid to own guns. We don't have the right, or we don't even have the right to own a gun. That's the Young Turk opinion. And now I want to pummel him. I want to pummel him and his masters. I want to tell the world about the Young Turks. Well, what do we know about the Young Turks? We know that they're involved in the political system. Buddy Roemer. You know who Buddy Roemer is, the Louisiana politician. And he's no longer a politician, because once they take as much money as they can out of the system, then they go into the private world and start up hedge funds. So after he started up a money fund, he bought into the Young Turks. Yeah, Buddy Roemer here bought into the Young Turks. And that's how we know the Young Turks are bought and paid for. Let's go into Buddy Roemer, just a little bit of history, what Buddy Roemer is doing now as an investor, a banker. I like to call them banksters. But anyhow, they don't sell houses to poor people anymore. He's now focused on building houses near universities. And since the universities are flush with money, lots of it taxpayer money, well, they'll go ahead and sell houses and to the alumni of the university. So this brings me to a good point. I had a very interesting conversation one time with a builder, a Utah builder, Las Vegas builder. He was one of the biggest in the state. And I had a talk with him right after the 2008 housing collapse. And he shared with me something I'll share with you. He told me he cannot make money off the poor anymore by building houses for the poor. So he said, I'm not going to build houses for the poor anymore. He said, now we're focused on housing by the universities. In his mind, it was a special universities, because you have certain universities that specialize in certain religions or denominations. And he made it very clear to me that if you're going to build housing, then you build it for the people who that live close to the university. And of course, Buddy Roemer here verifies that, because when he got out of the political world, that's what he's doing, building housing by the universities. I don't even want to get started in the university propaganda game and how they're scamming money from all the students and taxpayers. We won't even get into that. We're gonna try to stay focused with the Young Turks. I want to expose them for the socialist, liberal socialist that they are. As usual, there's only one place a socialist or a liberal would live, and that's California. So they live in California, and they get over 1 million hits a day, 1 million views a day by people who actually believe their propaganda. You put a pretty face and a smile behind a TV camera, and you got propaganda, and this is propaganda. And what I find offensive and annoying is they come off as, oh, we're for the new generation. We're not with the mainstream media. We're the new generation, which is a complete lie. I just exposed it just by, the Buddy Roemer, Louisiana politician, bought them out, they're bought and paid for. But that doesn't really affect me too much. I don't really care who your partner is. What concerns me is when you get in my face and tell me, no, you're not good enough to own a gun. When you get in my face and say, no, guns are too dangerous for you, you can't handle it, well, I get offended. Because supposedly these young Turks have ideas without boundaries, but those ideas don't extend to people who want to protect themselves with guns. No. If you want to protect yourself, then that's not equal rights for these people. And that's what I want to expose. And I'll keep on exposing the fraud out there. People who get online, the internet, and they say they're for the new generation, but they're actually just bought and paid for by the elite money changers. The propaganda and the lies for the elites is obvious with these guys. I don't have to watch very many of their videos to find out that they're fake. They're more than fake. Like I said, they're bought and paid for. And when you start attacking Americans and you say Americans cannot own a gun because we don't have that right, when you start attacking Americans and saying they're too dumb to have a gun, well, you don't know nothing about the Constitution. You don't know nothing about this great land. And quite frankly, I guess that's why you call yourself a Turk. Yes, you are. And you're not that young either. But I don't even know why you call yourself the Young Turk, because you're not that young. But I'm here to expose you. I'm here to expose you and your people for who you are. Propaganda and lies for the elite. I will not back down. I will not back down from bullies. I don't care if you do have 1.5 million views per day. Sure, you got those people fooled with your propaganda and your lies. But when you start attacking Americans, when you start attacking true blue Americans, see Carson, I can even pronounce Carson's last name. That makes him true blue. And he knows gun rights are in our Constitution. It's in our God-given rights as this nation. Carson is correct. And the Young Turks, well, the Young Turks have to be put down for the propaganda that they're spreading. The Young Turks have to be exposed. That's what I'm here doing. I'm exposing the Young Turks. And if you believe, like the Young Turks, that I don't need to have a gun, that I don't deserve to have a gun, well, you know what? You can go to hell.